We're all dressed up nice and snazzy. Trent's got me beat, though. He's got a tie. Unlike the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers and Trent, that...
I'm Trent. Sometimes. Yeah. Oh, it's been crazy, dude. Like, I didn't think there was going to be so many openings, job openings, but what are these teams going? What are these teams going to be whenever they have their coaches shaken up? Because there's a lot of openings and only a few decent candidates out there. That's what I'm thinking. Yep, 35-7. Hey, you never know. Like anybody's better than whatever they've had with John Gruden, Josh McDaniels, and now I thought that was Del Rio, wasn't it? John Gruden came in like 2018. I'm not
like the 21 or the 22 Raiders.
Ah, it was.
Maybe that was Rich Bisaccia.
It was 22 Raiders was. Yeah, that was John Gruden, but he got fired that year.
That's right. That's right. So we'll just kind of move down the list here. Again, Raiders are an interesting idea. I believe they requested an interview as well with Broncos quarterback coach Davis Webb. Of course, a lot of teams are asking the Broncos for interviews for some of our guys. Webb, I believe Jim Leonard has gotten a little bit of love there. Vance Joseph obviously is a guy that a lot of people have talked about getting a second chance at being a head coach. And again, there are some of these openings that I think are much better than others. The Raiders, obviously, again, as we've said, intriguing idea. The Giants, you've got some stuff to work with there. Really depends on how a given candidate feels about Dart and Scadaboo going into year two. Obviously, there's some kinks to wire out there. I think unequivocally the Falcons could be either like a scheme guy's like best friend because of the personnel that's already there, but at the same time they do not have a first round pick. So you've got to wonder, okay, are you willing to roll with Kirk Cousins here? Is there something in Penix you like? I mean, it's going to be really interesting, especially with the guys that get fired. But again, kind of fill me in on your thoughts here. Like, what
I was just thinking.
situation do you think any of these fired guys should get like immediate phone calls to? I mean, other than Harbaugh. Harbaugh already got like 7 phone calls.
Well, McDaniel got a call from the Lions to be OC. I don't think he wants to coach right now. Probably wants to get his chops up. I was thinking this time maybe it would be a good idea if Mike McCarthy went to the Falcons. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Mike McCarthy is old school, but like they have a good running back. They have a decent quarterback with Penix. I think he would actually do pretty nice there.
I was gonna say those McCarthy Cowboys had a couple of good runs there.
Mm-hmm.
Playoff wins, obviously, but
well, I
do think McCarthy's a culture guy that can kind of come in and flip a few things around.
McCarthy, the Dallas Cowboys, until Jerry Jones is not the GM, no one's gonna fix that team.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. Other than that, I think Stefanski gets a call from. I think Stefanski gets a call from I would give him if I were the Giants or the Raiders, I'd give him a call. He did win Coach of the Year twice. I seeing the shirt. Honestly, sorry. Someone said, seeing the shirt and tie makes me think that Hilltime Sports is a respectable person. Then I remember he's an Eagles fan. JK, Bring the jokes on. Bring them on. I
got it. Bok Choy popping into my chat. Let's go Broncos. Yes, sir. Honestly, hear me out, too. If I'm Washington or Detroit, if Mike McDaniel doesn't want to come be a coordinator, I'm shooting Kevin Stefanski a call right now. I'm like, hey, you want to come be an OC, help turn a show around? Like, I feel like Stefanski's offense would work decently well with Jaden Daniels down in Washington. Although I do think it would be a little more tailored to somebody like a Jared Goff up in Detroit. Of course, a lot of things up in the air on the coaching front. I'd be shocked if McDaniel doesn't end up as an OC somewhere, honestly. I really think that he's a guy that needs to end up, that will become an offensive coordinator, maybe get a stock back up, calling just a ridiculous offense again. Really, I think the best situation, looking at the current rosters right now, if anyone's built to win now, obviously it's Baltimore. Just an off year this year. I think the Ravens were due for a little bit of change, one way or another. But I mean, Harbaugh's such a strong candidate, and we saw it in the hours after he got fired as well. Like, teams would kill for John Harbaugh. And I think there's a very good chance, too, that one of these teams that really need a culture shift go out and try and get him. Vic is Greenlaw will be back, which is a huge plus for the Broncos. Not going to be talking a lot about these divisional round teams today, unfortunately, but we definitely will be getting into these wildcard teams, and then maybe kind of brush up on. We'll hear a good bit about Trent's Eagles here. Of course, don't go anywhere. Of course, if you want to help both our channels out, whether you're watching over on Trent's stream or mine, don't forget to like and subscribe. Trent's on his way to 200. I'm on my way to 350. Let's keep it pushing, man. Wild card weekend, wild card football. And you know what? We are going to take a little bit of a play off of Rich Eisen here. I am going to throw something at you. All right, I'm gonna be J-Mac in this. Or I think is the guy he works with on Overreaction Monday. All right, I'm gonna throw something at you, and you're gonna throw something at me. All right, you're gonna tell me you are gonna tell me how you feel about this. All right, let's start in this first game real quick. All right, I really want your thoughts about this because let's throw it out here, Trent. You've been vindicated. Even if it's through the stupidest tiebreaker that had to happen for a losing record team to win this division, Carolina is going to keep the tradition alive of just crappy losing teams winning a first-round playoff game when they're heavy underdogs. Carolina's going to the divisional round.
You think so? Or you want me to...
Tell me why I'm right or wrong. Tell me why I'm right or wrong.
Look, June 28th, I said the Panthers were going to win the division. But there's no chance unless that priest from the Steelers goes and sprays some holy water on the field of the Panthers. No. I don't want to say
Hey,
this,
but they
but
beat them. They beat them on their own last time.
they did.
Bryce Young played a good game. The defense played out of their mind. They forced Stafford into 2 picks when he hadn't thrown one between 26 or however many goddamn touchdowns, man. Like this is a capable Carolina team when they want to be.
You're roping me into this one. I don't think Carolina has a shot. I'm starting to lose faith in Bryce Young and just his consistency this year. He's fun to watch when he's great, and he's just frustrating to watch when he's doing nothing. And I mean, they almost came back and beat Tampa Bay, but other than that, he's a game manager. I've been noticing as I've been watching. At best. He has to show me a little bit more. He's going to have to be the offense and they don't have a good secondary in the Rams, so there's still a chance. There's the whole run game.
Maybe the mismatch is there.
Maybe Dowdle. I don't know if he's going to get going. Hubbard hasn't gotten going. Their offense was stagnant last week. If it wasn't for Atlanta, we'd be talking about Tampa Bay in the playoffs. But no, I think Rams are going to win. They've got too much firepower. They got Adams back. They got Higbee back. If the pass rush gets there, then it's over for Bryce Young. We'll see. Keep him in the pocket. It's what I was reading is they need to collapse the pocket in, but don't let him move up or scramble out. So that's the key to the game for the Rams, and the key to the game for the Panthers is to hope and pray that Bryce Young has a career day again.
Hope they get him on the good week. So here's kind of what I want to add to this discussion before we move on. So you've got a Rams win, correct?
Yes.
You are taking the Rams here. Okay.
Yes.
So what I am going to toss into this, and I'm going to springboard off of something you said. So the Rams, by passing yards per game, have the 19th ranked passing defense in the league. Now, granted, Carolina looked pretty okay against them, but offensively this year through the air, and I should have gone and found this specific number. Carolina's bottom 7 in this. Yeah, Carolina is a bottom 7 passing offense, and they are lumped in with Baltimore this season, which is kind of an outlier this year. Vegas, Minnesota, which we all saw how bad they could be at times this year. Tennessee, Cleveland, and the goddamn Jets. All right, so I'm I'm here to vindicate you a little bit. I'm with you. I am very much with you on the Rams train here. I think they learned from the mistakes that they made in that Carolina loss. I get that, we've kind of had this narrative of the Seahawks broke the Rams. I think the Rams get their fix-it game on Wild Card Weekend. That'll be tomorrow at 2:30 Mountain Time. So depending on where you are, adjust your times accordingly. It'll be 1:30 Pacific?
Yeah.
3:30, 4:30 Eastern, something like that.
4:30 Eastern, 2:30 your time, 1:30 my time, and then the Midwest, the West. What is it, like Mountain West or? I don't know. Central time would be.
Central would be 3.
3.
Bin time.
Yeah. Let me run this by you. The other reason why I don't have hope in Carolina is they are the 28th ranked running backs. What group?
Oof. Even with how good Rico Dowdle was for like 5 weeks?
Yeah, 28th. There's nothing good about them.
Listen, they're going to be talking about that 5-game Rico Dowdle run the same way Cleveland fans talk about like 2010, 2011 Peyton Hillis.
Yeah.
Magical year, by the way. Peyton Hillis that year, for anyone in the chat that doesn't know, Peyton Hillis in like 2010, 2011, actually 2010, because he was the Madden 12 cover athlete. That 2012 season from Peyton Hillis was special, dog. All right, that was the last great hurrah for fullbacks in this league. It was absolute magic.
Over 1,000 yards, right? Like 10 plus
like
touchdowns.
1,200 or something like that. Guy was a machine that year. All right, let's move on to not only the second most voted game in my poll for the game that people wanted me to call on Wild Card Weekend, but what I think could be the most narrative-driven game ever. All right. And I think we were talking about this too. I think you threw this stat at me. Whoever wins, or maybe I saw it somewhere, but
Whoever won.
whoever has won this matchup goes on what was it, to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, not the super, okay, so
Or
in
the conference title at least.
1941, the 1941
pre-Super Bowl.
Pre-Super Bowl, 1941, Bears win. They go on to beat the Giants 37-9 in the championship game. 2010, 2011, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers beat the Bears in the NFC Championship, go on to win the Super Bowl. Now we're talking about some very different circumstances. You got to win 3 games after. Was it 3 games after this to win win the championship? It's not 1 game. It's not 2 games. It's not 2 games. So you take this. Panthers defense only gave up 4 TDs when the other team was in the red zone. That's not bad. I just worry about their offense. Their defense improved as the year gone on. It's their offense.
Carolina's offense for me is too inconsistent, but too consistently bad to have any real faith in them.
Yeah.
So to bring it back here, all right, I'm gonna toss this one at you. With the way the Packers have looked since their early start to the year, Chicago is going to break the season tie, and they're going to be moving on to the divisional round. They will be back on the air come divisional round weekend.
I can see that. I really think that Micah Parsons being out is bad. I mean, Packers are favored. They are favored. But I just think I don't think the pass rush is good again without Micah Parsons, and it's going to expose the secondary. The thing about the Bears, though, is they are the 26th ranked in getting pressure, and Jordan Love is the best quarterback with the clean pocket. He's the worst quarterback if they blitz him and get pressure on him.
Worst under pressure quarterback.
Worst under pressure. So it depends on how good the Bears defense is. And there's something very weird about this Bears team. They don't seem good for 3.5 quarters. And then all of a sudden, for half a quarter, for maybe a quarter and a half, they're the best team in football. Are we going to you can't do that in the playoffs. You can't do that in the playoffs. Because
tell that to Tim Tebow.
But
they got blown out the subsequent week.
Yes, the subsequent week they were blown out.
We ran into the buzzsaw that was named Tom Brady.
So I really have to wonder how they're gonna do.
So let me throw a stat at you real quick. All right, 4, 6. Let me count real quick. 12. Okay, so it is the 15th ranked offense. Okay, granted, you got to think Green Bay's not been great offensively. They've had a lot of flashes, but they haven't seemed to put it all together consistently. Chicago's a bottom 4 defense. Chicago is 29th in total yards per game, but they make up for it with takeaways. They remind me a lot of the 2023 Broncos defense after the, I want to say 1-5 start that they fell into, 1-4, 1-5. During that 5-game win streak, I don't remember the number, but the Broncos had a crazy, stupid high turnover differential, and it feels like Chicago watched that, and they're like, what if we extrapolate it over a whole season? Just watching Chicago, the thing with with Chicago is they have shown me that they can make it happen in the fourth. Now, defensively, I've still got a lot of questions. Their defense is right in there with Dallas, Cincinnati, and Washington. Just bad all around. What gives me faith in Chicago, though, is the takeaways. Takeaways play in they play in the playoffs. Takeaways, getting your guys extra possessions. That's basically been what Chicago does best all year. And another thing, too, again, the Packers' pass rush, we were talking about this, their pass rush is extremely reduced. without Micah Parsons. Granted, I think it's still good. I think it still can be good. It hasn't been great this year. Rashawn Gary hasn't really shown out in the way he has in years past. Micah Parsons already doesn't take sacks, and he doesn't turn the ball over. Well, he cut the sacks in half
Caleb
this
Williams?
season, more or less.
You said Michael
It's
Parsons. Was it?
or Caleb Williams.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
sorry.
bad.
You catch me on my rolls, man, and I'm just going, and like it makes sense in my head, and then it rolls, and I'm like, wait a second. Or no, I was saying the Packers rush sans Micah Parsons has been very, very reduced.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, he cut the sack rate virtually in half this season. And I mean, Green Bay's pass rush already isn't that good.
I mean, put freaking Rashawn Gary on a milk carton because that guy's been missing the whole season.
That's no kidding. He had a hot first month and then fell off the map. I don't even know if he's in the United States anymore, let alone the state of Wisconsin.
Or in this dimension.
Yeah, that's no kidding. Bok Choy is saying NFC Broncos about the Bears. Now we're talking about Tim Tebow. Cowboys drafted Dez right after the Tebow pick. Yeah, Dez and Decker would have been a hell of a duo. Or Thomas and Dez, I think is who it would have been. I think Decker went a year or two before that.
Yeah.
All the Shake and Bake was doing... Shake and Bake Bo was doing cause that Parson injury. I think it was too. Just watching that on film, like that was what I made out from that. We won't dwell on this game too much longer. I think this is probably one of the two biggest coin flips this week. Who you got, Trent?
In my power rankings, I said this game could go either way.
Absolutely correct, by the way.
I also said that the Packers, through no fault of their own, are near the swamp because of injury. I think Bears win like 20-16 again, or something like that. The
similar game to the comeback.
Yeah.
Maybe just not in such dramatic fashion as last time.
Could be. We never know.
God,
teams...
that game was something else, man.
You're not gonna beat it, but it was a good game.
That was absolute hell of a game. I'm also gonna take Chicago at home. I just think Green Bay right now at this point in the year is too depleted. Just where things are. Like, I like their offense against Chicago. I can't trust the pass rush, and if your pass rush can't get there, your secondary is going to get exposed no matter what you do. Right now, I just feel like the Bears are playing better football, even if maybe the body of work isn't the most consistent. It's almost the same way I feel about Denver, honestly.
Yeah.
I just think Chicago's body of work this season speaks for itself. I like Ben Johnson as a play caller a lot, and Detroit's really missing that. You talk about missing your ex. My God.
Oh, definitely.
I've got Chicago, and I honestly think this game could turn into a shootout. I could see a 30-27 finish, maybe a 35-30 finish, something along those lines. This feels like the recipe for a shootout, and I guess we'll find out tomorrow night.
Yeah.
All right, I want you to take these next two, because you'll get to your Eagles after this one, but this is the game that I'm calling. Set me up, Trent.
All right. We got the Bills and the Jaguars. We got Josh Allen versus Trevor Lawrence.
Hell of a matchup, by the way.
Yeah, hell of a matchup. What? Let me cook. Let me cook here.
Let him cook. Absolute cinema. Let him cook. Come on.
I think Trevor Lawrence has a 4-touchdown game. What do you think?
You think Lawrence has a 4-tutty?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's what I want to get into. I don't disagree that the Jags are going to have a 4-touchdown game. I don't think it's all going to be Lawrence. And I say that because Buffalo's run defense this season, and this has been the narrative on them all season long. They were a good regular season defense, but that run defense disappeared off of the map. Bottom 5. What is one thing that Jacksonville does really well, especially these last couple of weeks, especially I believe they're going to get Bashal Tutin back, I believe this is how you say his first name. The Jags they can kind of run the fucking ball this year, man. Denver saw that as well. Jacksonville wasn't the most successful on the day, but I mean, ETN, he's a great running back. Bashal Tutin is a really good running back as well. And this Buffalo rush defense they have just been so inconsistent, and the highs are highs, but they have not had the highs they haven't had enough highs to counterbalance the lows and kind of even things out a little bit. Buffalo's run defense has overall just kind of been god-awful this season, even with a couple of good games. And what I don't love scenario-wise is this feels like the kind of game where Buffalo is going to be forced to ask Josh Allen to save their asses, because they are going into the buzzsaw that is that Jacksonville run defense. You want to know how many? You want to shoot me a guess as to how many yards? Don't cheat. I swear to God, if you cheat, Trent. If you just shoot me a number on how many yards are between the number 1 Jags in rush defense and the number 2 Broncos, just in run defense yards per game.
15.
How many yards? It's less than that, but it's a shocking margin. I'll give you one more.
8.
It is way closer. It is 6 basically.
Okay.
It's 85.6 to 95.1 or to 91.1. Excuse me. Between number 1 and number 2. I don't think I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a 2-touchdown game unless Josh Allen can somehow activate that God mode sleeper agent mode he's got in him. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to have to do jack shit to beat Buffalo. This is far and away the worst team that Josh Allen has played with in his career. I think if you put this Josh Allen with the 2017-2018 team, I think they're better. I do. I think they had more going for them outside of quarterback play. I do not have a lot of faith in this Bills team this season. I have faith in Josh Allen, and I mean, Thax made the meme, Josh Atlas Allen. I have glazed Mr. Allen this year, rightfully so, defending NFL MVP. But I just don't think the Jags are going to have to do all that much. I think they can just grind this game out with the running game. I could see Lawrence having 2 total, maybe 1 on the ground, 1 in the air, and then some blend of the running backs get the other 2. But I certainly could see this game swinging Jacksonville's way just for the factors. Now, of course, I could look like an idiot, and again, I will be calling this game, so if I gotta eat my words live, I will be eating those words very live. And of course, playoff Josh Allen is a different beast. So there are so many variables in this game, and it's why I feel like this game is such a coin flip. Jacksonville has won playoff games before, though. They've done it. They have done it.
They've got to the AFC Championship before.
I like Jacksonville. I like Jacksonville. Not to mention, too, Jacksonville is playing some of the hottest football they have ever played. Trevor Lawrence is playing the best football, not just of his NFL career, of his goddamn life right now. I'm taking Jacksonville 27-20.
I am going to take the Buffalo Bills.
You're taking Buffalo.
I'm taking Buffalo because I want Josh Allen to get a Super Bowl. He's from near my hometown. This is wishful thinking now. This is not based on fact. This is not based on statistics. This is not based on...
I'm throwing every stat I can at you and you're going on vibes!
I'm going on the hometown hero. It's a long shot, but I want Josh Allen to win. It's going to be maybe a close game. About 23-24.
Vic is saying Jags or Bills would be Denver's revenge game. I don't think there's any mathematical way Denver can face Jacksonville until the AFC title game.
No.
At all. Just with Jacksonville in the 3. Vic is saying not happening, HTS.
No, I know it's wishful thinking, but if Buffalo loses, I think McDermott's gone. You have to get rid of McDermott. McDermott is
absolutely. You have to John Fox Sean McDermott, because you got to remember John Elway fired John Fox after a 12-4 year.
Yeah, I would do it because, to be honest, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think that McDermott is a little overrated as a coach. I think that he is okay.
I think he's a good culture guy. He's an okay scheme guy.
That's what you can be a great culture guy, but if you don't have scheme, it's all for naught. You have to put the right pieces behind you, and then you got what is it, Joe Brady? Is it Joe Brady? His name?
I think it is Joe Brady.
Joe Brady with this little. He's the same thing, same problem I have with freaking Sean Payton and his swing passes. You throw it to Shakir behind the line and then has nothing. You got to get rid of the GM. I think that GM is awful for drafting Drek for years, not putting a big receiver to help Allen out.
Not giving, because to be fair, I mean they went out in free agency and got Diggs.
Yeah,
but it's almost the same argument you could make. It is the same argument that you would make for saying someone like John Elway was a good GM when all he did was sign like Peyton, Talib, T.J. Ward, and DeMarcus Ware, and then coasted off of that for a good second.
I mean, Diggs is great. You know, I like Diggs.
Diggs was a great snag. I think it got to a point where he just wasn't a fit in Buffalo anymore, and now he's going to be a fit in the penal system probably with the charges lined up against him. So
oh, definitely.
We'll see him in the longest yard 2 more or less.
Maybe. But yeah, I think look, heart wants what the heart wants, but I'm gonna go Bills, but I know the Jags are probably going to win.
Jags are favored according to Bok Choy by 1. Now, before we get to the second half here of these wild card predictions, the back 3, just real quick, if you want to help 2 small football creators out, you got myself as well if you're watching on my stream or if you're watching on Trent's stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Helps get us little guys out into the algorithm. Again, we both do some really cool stuff on our channels. We both greatly appreciate the support. I mean, this show has been awesome, man. I love doing this with Trent. And I love just doing all of this for the love of the game. So again, one more time, like and subscribe if you are enjoying everything you are seeing here.
Let's
keep going.
When I'm not taking the vibes, guys, I'm actually pretty smart when it comes to football. I know my stats. Sometimes the vibes just get to me. Sometimes my heart just gets to me. But don't let that deter you.
You were on the Phillip Rivers train for a minute.
There was no other reason other than my nostalgia heart. I knew it was going to end badly. But for Ender games, and for my nostalgic heart, I had to.
I got you. You've got the lead here again, Mr. Stats and Analysis, buddy. Philadelphia and San Francisco.
All right. For me. Now we're looking at a team that got utterly dominated by the Seattle Seahawks. Now Darnold tried to Darnold the game away a few times. And then you got that was the second ranked defense. But now you got the third ranked defense against the 49ers. I think for the first time in a while, I'm actually high on the Eagles. Now, the first time in a while, you could ask my friend Miles here. It's been weeks since
It's been a minute.
It's been weeks. I think this is now or never. Run the frickin' football with Jalen Hurts. Set him loose, Patullo. He's not going to be Dan Marino in the pocket. Set him loose. It's time. Because they need to get that running game going. But defensively, they can stop the Niners. Now, are they going to allow 3 points? Probably not. They'll probably allow like 13, 10. But I think Eagles have this one. Eagles. But then Patullo. Then there's Patullo. Please just run the ball. Run the ball, Patullo. With Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, if he gets a solid 4 carries, 5 carries, gets some big yardage. Look, remember what they did in Dallas. Remember what they did in Dallas week 1 with Jalen Hurts. Was it the prettiest game? That was probably the best game they played all season. From a
something like that. I will say as well, and Bok Choi threw this in, Eagles are favored by 6.
I'm going Eagles. I'm going Eagles, everyone. I got
Taking
him.
Philly.
For the first time in 3 weeks or a month or whatever
Ah,
it is,
ah,
I'm taking the Eagles.
he's taking Philly. All right. So here's what I make here. Philadelphia has had their offensive problems this season. Very much. They are well documented. They are well protested. Probably protested better than a lot of things in the state of Pennsylvania. Now, here is what I think. I think Chicago put on tape not only how to beat Philly at their own game, but to do it way better than them. And I will say, I think if you're Philadelphia, you are 100% knowing that Kyle Shanahan is watching that film right now to figure out, okay, how did Kyle Monangai and DeAndre Swift go for 250 combined yards against this vaunted Eagles defense? I'm not saying they're going to tear the Eagles apart. What I am saying is that's Christian McCaffrey back there. And I think he is a more well-rounded player than Monangai and DeAndre Swift. Granted, both those guys are outstanding. That's not to take away from the Bears running backs at all. Those guys are insane. But this is Christian McCaffrey we're talking about, and I think right now Brock Purdy is a better quarterback than Caleb Williams. We've seen him make some bonkers plays this year, even including that Bears game. I think this is another big toss up here. I think the spread's a little further apart than it really should be. I get that the Niners are as banged up as they are on defense, but I mean we have seen Robert Saleh work some magic. And again, even in a game where they only scored 3, they held what has been at times an electric Seattle offense, and you again with JSN, Kenneth Walker, Rashid Shaheed, and a serviceable, at worst, at this point in his career, Sam Darnold, to 13. I very much think that San Francisco can go. I think they can go to Philadelphia and win this ball game. Now, do I think they're going to? No. I I'm gonna take Philly. I like Listen, I like Philly at home. I do. It's a West Coast team going to the East Coast. Obviously, that's kind of a historic thing. It's worse in the early window, obviously, but I still feel like afternoon window kind of sets them up a little bit. I like the defense. I do see a possibility, though. I might be talking myself out of it because here's the thing: I haven't loved Jalen Hurts as a passer this year. I haven't, and that Philadelphia offense has been impossible to watch.
You're telling me.
I've talked myself out of it. Nope, I'm taking San Fran.
That's
I think San Fran gets the upset.
that's all right.
I just currently right now have a lot more faith in a Kyle Shanahan led offense against and a Robert Saleh led defense against a Kevin Patullo led offense that has been I mean I don't want to even say nigh unwatchable. It has been unwatchable at times this year. I've talked myself out of the Eagles. I'm selling my Eagles stock at the NFL Stock Exchange. If they come back to bite me in the ass, then I look like an idiot and we move on. And I admit that I was wrong and I say how I was wrong and we move on. All right, it happens. I'm taking Shanahan. I'm taking Shanahan and San Fran.
I will take the Eagles. If they run the
Very
ball
good.
with Jalen, I think they'll be okay. Because then you got to run with Tank Bigsby, because Bigsby's your battering ram, and then open up the holes.
Bigsby's had some good carries this year.
And then open up some holes with the old Saquon. I just feel okay. There's a part of me that's thinking they were holding Jalen.
Saquon got Madden cursed.
Yeah, there's a part of me that's saying though that maybe they're holding on to them to make sure they're not tired for the Super Bowl run. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm hoping, but there's a big part of me that's like, yeah, Kevin Patullo. But either way, and you saying the Eagles' offense is unwatchable. There's a reason why I'm stuck at 194 subs, because those games are boring as hell, and I'm falling asleep on stream.
So here's what I will say though, and I'll give you something to hang your hat on. Saquon still went over 1,100 yards this year.
That's not bad.
280 carries, 4.1 yards a pop, 7 scores. It's not the same insane production that we've seen, but Saquon is still as good of a running back as you can get in this league.
4.1. He was at like 3 point something. His last few games were pretty good.
Ended the regular season at 4.1. So he had a 3-game stretch: 3.5 against the Raiders, 6.5 against the Commanders, 3.6 against Buffalo.
What's about average? It's like 3.5, 4.
No, because you get a boost from 6. I don't know. We'll add the total here. It's math class, everyone.
No,
math class with Miles. So here's how you figure out your averages here. So while he's looking for something, let's take this 3-game sample, right? So you go 3.5 average, all right? You add the 6.3, and then you add the 3.6. So this is called mean or average. So we get a total number in these 3 games of, I don't know if my camera's picking up my calculator, and it's backwards, but 13.4, right? Okay. So now we divide that by the amount of the sample size. So in this case, 3. Hang on, my order of operations is cooking itself. Now we divide it by 3. So in that 3-game stretch, Saquon averaged 4.46 infinite repeating.
It's good.
Per carry.
4.5 yards per carry is good. He was very average the whole year. If you're looking at the 4.1. Also, you're looking at Cam Jurgens, who can't block a freaking moose or a freaking whale. Can't block anything.
I feel like blocking a moose and a whale are a tall task. I feel like you're asking a little too much from an offensive
I'm talking about size. Like
size.
I'm talking about the size. Like you can't block. This guy couldn't block my brother, who's pretty big and he's slow. So that's how it's been all year.
Good Lord. Oh man. All right, I've got San Fran. You've got your Eagles. Final 2 games, and I think both of these are doozies. All right, Chargers, Pats. And this is a matchup that I've heard a lot about. I think New England is going to get massively tested. LA's got a lot of great players, especially defensively, that without Stephon Diggs, that defense is really going to test Drake May and this New England offense. Trust me, I've gotten familiar with a few of these guys, calling a couple of these last few Chargers games. Did anyone watch Marlo Wax on Sunday against Denver? That guy is a fucking machine. Marlo Wax is crazy, and he should be starting next year for somebody if it's not the Chargers. All right? Derwin James, banger guy. Let me just pull up my Chargers roster, because I got a couple of these in here as well. I like a lot of these guys on this Chargers team. I think they got a lot going for him here defensively. Tierra Tart, massive, just bowling ball in the middle wall, just a human wall. Who else we got? Deshaun Han has been really good. Justin Igboigbe, a name a lot of guys probably don't know and even less know how to pronounce. Yes, I Googled it so I could call it correctly. And I mean, like, just a lot of these guys have been making plays. Troy Dye, Deion Henley, Khalil Mack, and Odafe Owe. This is a Chargers defense that is built to win, and Jesse Minter is a ridiculously good defensive coordinator. He's obviously, given the Broncos fits for years at this rate. I really like the matchup here for the Chargers. Not to mention, despite how banged up their O-line is, they are playing what is not a great New England pass rush. I think there is a very, very good chance the Chargers find themselves going to Denver next week.
You want me to answer, huh?
Yeah, throw something at me.
I put the Patriots in the fraud category. To be determined.
In the fraud category.
To be determined.
TBD fraud.
If they can beat not San Diego, Los Angeles. Freaking.
No, give San Diego their team back. I am frankly side tangent. I am sternly in the camp that San Diego needs the Chargers again because nobody in LA gives a shit about the Chargers.
I call them the San Diego Chargers. They were the San Diego Chargers forever when I was a kid. I forget to call them LA. Sorry. But
Deep cut for the Broncos, the San Diego Hot Dogs.
Yes.
Deep cut.
Okay. So, yeah, I put the Patriots in the fraud category. They have beaten nobody. They beat the Bills. They lost to the Raiders, right? Lost to the Raiders.
Yeah. Week 1.
Give
them a to be fair, it was week 1.
But they've beaten the Jets. They've beaten up on the Dolphins. They've beaten up
They beat the Bucks when the Bucks were still pretty good.
Yeah.
They beat Buffalo in Buffalo, and they did have Buffalo on the ropes. I'm not saying that New England's going to go out as world beaters in the playoffs by any means, but I'm saying what I am saying is that I do think that they can at the very least put up a fight.
Yeah, they can. I just think they're young. They're untested to that extent. They haven't played anybody that's, I'm like, dang, they're really good. They haven't played like a Jacksonville. They haven't played a Denver. They haven't played these top teams. They've played a depleted Bills team that sometimes looks awful. They've played a Buccaneers team that's been injured all year. And yeah, they've beat them. I'm just saying, like, I think Chargers have a very good chance of winning this game, especially with that defense.
Too.
Justin Herbert running around, bad pass rush for the Patriots. And I love Mike Vrabel. I like Drake May. I like Diggs. I like Boudet. I like Henry. I like
a lot of New England's pieces.
Yeah, I like their pieces. I like Will Campbell. I just don't think they're battle tested enough to win a playoff game this year. I think they're going to be like the Chargers of 06, or they just lose.
Or the Broncos last year.
Oh, yeah. Did I say Broncos 06 or Chargers?
No, you said Chargers 06.
Oh, yeah. Chargers in 06 when they were like 14-2 and they lost because they just got outplayed. Or because Marlon Humphrey just did not go to the ground.
Didn't also, was that the year the Chargers went to the title game with Phillip Rivers, and Rivers was the torn ACL game? Or am I thinking of like 09?
I think it was like 08, 09, something like that. The game I'm talking about is the one where they were the number 1 seed and they got beaten in the divisional round. They were 1-done.
I gotcha. As much as it pains me and as much as it low-key scares me to have a third meeting with the Chargers, I just have to take LA. I do.
I'll take LA.
I think LA. I definitely think they're more battle tested. I just like the matchup for them. Again, the banged up O-line, you're going against what is not that great of a pass rush in New England, and I do think New England needs an experience. I dropped my pen somewhere. Oh, it did not fall to the floor. I think New England. I think they're a year away.
Yeah.
From really making a playoff run. I think they're in that stage the Broncos were in last year, where they're ahead of schedule, and they're very ahead of where the Broncos were last year too, to be completely fair. Now what I will give to the Pats though is that Vrabel has gone in as underdogs and won some huge playoff games. I mean, his Titans retired Tom Brady as a Pat.
Yeah. They are.
It's a coin flip game, and my proverbial coin has landed on the Chargers.
I'm going Chargers. I just think that Chargers have too much firepower and a little bit. I like Jim Harbaugh coaching a more experienced team than Vrabel coaching an inexperienced team in the playoffs.
Now, what I also will throw into the ring is the Chargers are notorious playoff chokers, so
I'm still going Chargers.
I'm still going Chargers. They can choke in Denver the week after. It's okay. All right, final one on the docket, Trent. And I am going to lead off with the stupidest fucking stat you've ever heard. All right? Since 1991. Okay, and I've had this ready to go all week, by the way. Since 1991, The Steelers have not lost a Monday Night Football game. We are playing this game on Monday night.
That streak's ending. That streak is ending. There is no...
I knew you were saying that!
There's no way on God's green earth that Mike Tomlin's Steelers with Aaron Rodgers, as much as I like Aaron Rodgers and hope that he has a good game, and I hope I'm wrong, that offense is atrocious and that defense is scary. Now,
you're not wrong.
Now, the defense of the Steelers is mid, and
so is the offense.
Offense of the Steelers are about the most average team in the NFL.
Mid.
Yeah, they're the most average team in the NFL. You look at them and they're just bland as toast.
Oh God, I don't even know if toast might be being nice.
Or bland as Play-Doh, I don't know. Whatever.
They're as dry to watch as my mouth after drinking an entire shaker of salt.
Yes. They're average. And they shouldn't have even...
drier than a Popeye's biscuit.
They shouldn't have even been here. You had Tyler Loop unfortunately miss a field goal. And they're going to... There's part of me that wants to go for the Steelers just because Aaron Rodgers. There is. But no. Texans are going to win this game.
Texans are going to win this game.
Texans are winning. If I'm wrong...
That defense is going to murder Aaron Rodgers.
I hope not. I want him to play one more year.
You think he's got another one in him?
He's still got an arm.
Yeah, but he reminds me of 2015 Peyton.
He's got more of an arm than Peyton.
He does have more of an arm. Okay. Let me be a little nicer. He reminds me of 2020 Drew Brees.
He's got more of an arm than Drew Brees. Did you see that Hail Mary against the Bengals? I mean, he didn't complete it, but that guy chucked it like 65 yards.
All right, that's fair. That is fair.
He can still sling it when he wants to.
Houston's winning this.
Yeah, but you have to remember who he's throwing to. Calvin Austin. DK
back.
DK when he's not slapping people around.
And then it's gonna be who? Pat Fryermuth and Kenneth Gainwell for the most part?
Those are your receivers. So
Houston's about to shut shit down. Derek Stingley's about to have his legacy game right here. I'm gonna put that out into the ether. Yeah. Derek Stingley legacy game. This is probably the worst possible matchup for Pittsburgh to draw.
Yeah.
In the first round. Rodgers is a statue. Guy can't move like he used to. Let's keep it a buck. And that Houston pass rush is going to be on his ass, my brother.
I know. I'm going for the Texans. I know they're going to win. There's no denying that.
The Steeler bullshit magic on Monday Night Football ends. And if it does, then we chalk it up to which magic at that point?
Well, the holy water. They're probably going to do the holy water thing again.
The holy water, magic, and fucking, I don't know, the offense in Houston?
Yeah.
would be the three things to blame?
Yeah, because Steelers defense sucks. They're the paper...
It is not that great of a unit.
I call them the paper mache wall. Not the steel curtain. The steel curtain, the paper mache wall.
Just call them the actual curtains.
They're curtains. That's what they are. Just try and throw yourself on them. And that's curtains for the Steelers too.
Oh, yeah. So to recap, let's go back over these one more time. Rams, Panthers, we're both taking LA. Packers, Bears, I took Chicago. You took Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Bills, Jags, I took Jacksonville. He took Buffalo. Niners, Eagles, I've got San Fran. He's got Philly. Chargers, Pats, we both got the Chargers, and we both got the Texans for this one. Trent, what do you got coming out, buddy?
I will be doing Bears, Packers tomorrow. Eagles, Niners on Sunday. Hopefully I get an Eagles video out. Then the weekly recap, Dumpster Fire Award, whatever it is now, the power rankings, and I'm trying to get something going for the 18 of 32 teams that didn't make the playoffs. So what we need to see is the Eagles offense versus the Steelers defense. That would be a matchup that I would pay for. Because maybe the Eagles can get something going. There is no get-right game like playing the Steelers.
True.
And you?
True.
What's going on with you?
All right, so we're going to do iteration numero uno of game night tonight of Miles playing video games on the channel. So far, I believe the poll winner was Minecraft Hardcore. So that's what that's gonna be. And then obviously Sunday we've got Bills Jags. And then I think what would usually be the day after show slot, I think we're gonna do a playoff preview between whoever we know is going to Denver next week. And then, yeah, and then obviously that Sunday or Saturday or whenever the Broncos will be playing, that's gonna be Broncos and insert opponent here.
Mm-hmm.
Got a hell of a week coming up. Great weekend coming up, and yeah, as far as I can tell, though, that it's gonna be a wrap on another beautiful episode of MTTF. Trent, amazing as always, always.
And you too.
I gotta say as well, we've also got best graphics guy in this country, Mr. Ender Games.
Indiana's going to the Natty.
Indy's going to the Natty, baby! Ender, if you're watching this now or you watch it after the fact, feel good about your Hoosiers! Because, oh my god, they're good.
42-15, end of the third.
There is a very good chance that not only Kurt Signetti, not only Fernando Mendoza, but Kurt Signetti are Raiders next year. I don't think Signetti's going to the Raiders, but they have to at least give him a call. They'd be like, hey, basically, we're drafting your kid. You want to come coach him for like the next 15 years if it all works out? Okay, thanks.
That would be nice.
All he does is win. But yeah, that's going to do it for this edition of MTTF. Huge thank you to Trent, by the way, for getting the thumbnail and the title put together kind of last second. I had some stuff to go do with my stepdad, which was really cool, and maybe I'll make a video on that in the future as well, because it was a box that my grandpa, shout out to my grandpa Bob, he bought a storage unit and was going through it, and there was a box with a bunch of cool old Broncos shit in it, and I'm talking like Super Bowl 32-33 shit in it. So maybe I'll show that off in a video. But thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Trent, only 6 away from 200 subs. Go get the boy there. We're only about 8 away, I want to say, from 350 over here. It's been an honor doing this once again with you, Trent. We will see you guys either next Friday night or next Saturday in the morning. We'll hammer the details out in the week, obviously. We always do. We always make it. And with that being said, this has been Miles. And that has been another episode of MTTF. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.